Hi there. I'm not going to bother with the introduction. To be perfectly honest, I think 2017 for me has been a very stagnant year. I've lost a lot of motivation, and to be honest, I find doing this a bit of a drag now. So since this channel is practically on the bones of its arse, I might as well just do this video, my next two videos that are going to be released within the next 3 days after this one, and then do my best and worst hit songs of 2017 lists, and then whatever comes in 2018, so be it. If this channel dies then, who really cares? At the end of the day, this video is only going to be for the 20 or so people that are actually going to be bothered to watch it. Now that that's out of the way, here is my picks for the 10 worst albums of 2017. Never been a fan of this group, a mid to late noughties British indie group that I never gravitated to, and this album has given me no reasons to start liking them now. At number 10 is Relaxer by Alt J. Loaded with soulless, empty and trite trap beats and vocals that are just as vapid and unlikable. Add in shoddy lyrics, it's over half an hour long but it feels a hell of a lot longer. At number 9 is Digital Druglord by Blackbear. This is 19 tracks long, nearly an hour in length, and practically every song sounds exactly the same. I can only assume that Tiller has never heard of the word variety. Also, oh, sorry, fell asleep there for a second. At number 8 is True to Self by Bryson Tiller. All this album succeeded in doing was giving me a throbbing headache, and look, in a year that saw much better results from the likes of Sampha, Stormzy, Loyal Kana, Wiley, Bugsy Malone, etc. in this style of music, this comes off as amateurish. At number 7 is High Street Kid by Mostack. To put it bluntly as possible, this album is tragic. I can only imagine this is similar to having the bluntest of drills boring a hole in your head. Oh, and the vocals, yeah, they're pure shit. At number 6 is 21 Savage with Issa Album. I just do not get this album at all. I don't know what it's aiming for or what it's trying to be. Nothing left me feeling as confused as this pile of shit did. Some of the previous entries are almost an hour in length. This is 29 minutes, and somehow it's worse. At number 5 is Washed Out with Mr. Mellow. It comes off as incredibly hyperbolic when people say that this is the worst album that M has ever done, because, well no actually, because this is the worst Eminem album of the lot. Some of his worst bars, the lion's share of features are terrible. M is a shell of his former self, and it's pretty sad to see what a joke he has become. At number 4 is Revival by Eminem. I know this guy struck it big last year in the US, and I wasn't particularly aware of him at the time, but I decided to give his debut album a shot, and Jesus holy Christ, was this such an unenjoyable experience. At least Revival had a couple of glimmers here and there. This, no. At number 3 is Little Yachty with Teenage Emotions. A bullet to the head is what is required to prevent things like this happening again. Whether that bullet is to Pat Monahan's head so that another Train album never gets made, or whether that bullet is to my head so that I never have to remember that I listened to this garbage, whatever, I'll take anything. The second worst album that I heard this year was A Girl, a Bottle, a Boat by Train. What's the one thing that separates this album from the other 9? Well, the fact that I actually managed to get at least one full listen of each album in one sitting. That was something that I could not do with this album. Nor have I actually been able to do since this album was released back in March. The mixing is trash, the vocals are rotten, it sounds so dated that the mid-2000s would have rejected this. Similar to Revival, it's an album from an act that's on life support, and someone needs to pull the plug immediately. My pick for the worst album of 2017 comes courtesy of Take That with Wonderland. I hope you enjoyed this list, because I certainly didn't, and to the 20 or so people who did watch this video, fuck it, go set fire to your mothers.